Now, we are here and enclosed. Now, this is quickly becoming one of my favorite maps to play. I'm not the best at it. I think my win rate on it is, well, it's low. But I've played a number of games on there now, and I feel like I understand it at least, and I've got some things that I enjoy doing on this map. And if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's really nice when it does work, like the game that I played last night, where we caught that Spanish player wanting to go for a fast castle, and you just drush the guy, you kill 2 vills, and they resign in Dark Age. That's when this is really nice to play. I've had some times where I got tower rushed in a game. Like, you get tower rushed, you kind of get walled in a little bit. You do things like lose your scout by running it under a town center, which is also annoying, and something I'm really good at as well. But overall, I do enjoy this map. I've grown to enjoy the map. I think one of the small things I try to do really early, I kind of trust that my opponent's going to push deer. It's a little side note if you do come up against me on this map. Also, the deer is going to react to the rhino, so you have to push it around. You have to go that way around. One thing I like to do is, because I trust my opponent's pushing deer, I will send all these water buffalo, and I will just scout, like, this whole quarter of the map. The whole thing will just be seen, so I know exactly where I need to go to afterwards. It's like, okay, there's my initial gold and golden berries. There's my mining camp. There's my mill, thinking of like that's the easy part, but then it's, okay, where am I expanding to? Maybe there's a TC there. Maybe there's a TC there, or like, where am I going for my stones if I'm going to have to tower a second time? I want to see all of that. And then I try to do it whilst also drushing at the same time. So really made me a better player, I feel like, playing on this map. Because I'm trying to execute something that is hard, I think. And when it works, it's extremely satisfying. Of course, there's plenty of times where it doesn't. But also, there's less travel time to get to your, like, boar luring once the deer are pushed in, and walking to a wood line. All that stuff's really, really quick. So the res flies, and you have not just 2 elephants and 4 deer, you have 8 water buffalo, which are 150. So think about how much food you get on, say, Arabia, where you might get 2 elephants, but you probably get boars, that's 120 food extra with the elephants. You might get 4 deer, but you most likely get 3 if you get deer at all. So that's another 140 food. And then you get 8 sheep instead of 8 water buffalo, which means you're getting an extra 400 food from that. Now, there will be decay on that. What's that add up to then? 120, 260, 660 food. There'll be some decay on that, of course. But otherwise, that's insane. Now, gold and stone you have to go out for. That's the hard part. And you do things like this, which I don't mind, until your opponent plays archers, and then you're stuck. So, brilliant mining camp until that moment. You can't even you can technically drop a tower, but be a bit awkward. We're going to see man-at-arms from the Romans, which I think is a good play. Lithuanians are going to go for a bit more of a bigger wall, which I like as well. I think that's good. But yeah, if any of you guys have been playing this map, let me know what sort of strategies you like or have come up against. I think, as I say, I think the drush is good. We saw a game I played yesterday where opponent went man-at-arms, and if the man-at-arms kind of run into the drush, then the drush is kind of killed off pretty quickly, and it's a little bit awkward. But at the moment, it's... Is this a fast castle? There's no idle time. It's 22 up. With loom, I assume? Without loom. It's up 22, no loom. Risky. Scouts are going to fight, which is good for red. Red will take the scout here. Yeah, scout goes down. Floops, welcome along to the channel. You just tower the gold and fast cast. Ah, yep, you can do that. So, gold tower immediately, not the worst. And that's exactly why I drush, because the drush hits before the tower comes up. Because I was playing Man-at-Arms, and then I would notice that I would get done by these fast castle strategies too much, because the Man-at-Arms hits too slow. Now, right now, Corlock might get to do some damage, but let's see. I think the Man-at-Arms... My guess is this is going to hit too slowly. Are the buildings in as well, by the way? What have we got? Market's in there. So Lazarus will click up. He's had a bit of idle time. Probably needed to go a Vil later, and he's going to lose Vils. Oh, this is nice for Corlock. He's going to get some kills here with the Man-at-Arms as the Berry Vils were not walled properly. And that was 3 eco kills. Brutal. But a great start for Corlock. You can't fight the Roman Man-at-Arms. Not once they get their armor. Do they have... They don't have their armor at the moment. But... still. Very hard one. Still great Man-at-Arms, right? In fact, the Romans are probably one you could try this fast castle with too. And you could go for the fast Scorpions. Could be something you'd attempt. And we're seeing more Man-at-Arms come in now. Lazarus will be on the way up. Blacksmith in. Armor should be following pretty soon. And without a tower, Corlock needs to find the gold. Or go back to the gold. Needs to go back to the gold. Finchy wants to know how many berries are left. 42, 41. We're dropping. There's not much for these 3 Vils to do soon. And I love that he's turning the attention to the gold. Unfortunately, lost the scout. Maybe... Yeah, it's hard to know in the time. Like, if you have your scout, I'm sending this being like, what's going on? What's my opponent doing? I'm getting suspicious. Vils have to run. Lazarus has got the wood. Does not have the barracks yet. No barracks. So can't even drop a stable and go knights. So you can kill these. Oh, they're all going down. Oh, this is amazing for Corlock. This is an amazing position. These 2 Vils both drop. And I reckon now you take that house, you take the market. Take the market. And it's going to be a TC. Yeah. Take the market. Don't make any more units. Try to go up yourself. Brilliant. No arson for the Romans. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying. A little bit of a downside. No, take it. Oh, he's going to try and dive. I don't know this is right. I think taking the market is a great play. A great idea. Diving, I don't think is great. Diving is not great. Yeah, he went up without loom as well. I know. Absolutely. So ballsy to go up with no loom. I think we're just throwing the Man-at-Arms away here. I don't think these guys can really hold on. We're going to see... I mean, I guess he's going to get full vision as to what's happening. He knows it's going to be 3 TCs now. Forging, not necessary, really. Yeah, the houses are annoying. Look, anything that you can take out of TC range, right? This is free. This, and these 4 houses were all there for the taking. That's 300 wood just disappeared. The mill doesn't mean much right now. I guess it helps. You take it out, they can't get their farm upgrades. But otherwise, there's nothing they could do, or they're using Vils to repair, and you can just keep going. Yeah, didn't notice the hole. Oh, is there a hole on that side, maybe? Yeah, okay. Couldn't get through. There's no hole here. There is a tree stump. But yeah, this... So this is why the fast castle can work. Because you can kind of just get up, and then you can be okay. Now, the downside for Lazarus here... He hasn't killed these Man-at-Arms yet. 3 TC, no farms. Yeah, I know. It's amazing, isn't it? Still down in Vils by a long way. Not going to have space to add 18 farms in here. Oh, the monk ejects the wrong side. I mean, gets a conversion. I mean, that's a massive conversion. More man-at-arms on the way. Yeah, 200 extra food from the TCs coming down is amazing. Needs to click up. Okay, so he's clicking up. That's good. Sit on the relics. Finally, we're going to see this final man-at-arms go down. Nope. 1 HP. Survives. Short. Okay, he gets tapped. I was going to say, surely he doesn't get a kill. Monk's going to get a second conversion here. 800 wood. We need to start selling. We need to start dropping farms. And we also need to take these stragglers. Stragglers need to be taken. And actually, the other one, we need to get out. If you're Lazarus. If you're Lazarus, you need to get out. I know that there's no eco to sustain this, but I would almost drop a 4th TC now so that you know that you're out on the map with the town center. Because what could happen is you could end up getting stuck again if your opponent has follow-up army or something of the like. And that would just be an absolute disaster. You clean up the initial army, you come out just with some vills, and then you're stuck again. Which would just be awful. But now, I think Lazarus is in a good spot. I think, and there is that town center on the stone. I think Lazarus is in a good spot. Monks are now going to go find the relics. Now on this map, the relics are all on the rocky terrain around the sides, so very easy to locate. Just follow the rocky path and you'll eventually run into them. If you don't, your opponent's taken them. They won't be anywhere else. Red still wins, you reckon, Finchy? Look at the Vil counts. Vil counts are level and there's no map control at the moment with the player on 1 TC. So I'm not surprised if Lazarus actually takes this from here. He's going to get relics. And Lithuanians with relics are going to be very, very scary. I don't like that this converted. These 2 traders, they are being chased down. The whole army for Corlock is chasing down these 2 traders and saying, no, we are killing you. You turned. We will hunt you down. You will not survive. And we will all be there to witness it. And down they go. Next TC for Corlock. It's not... Look, ideally you wouldn't send all of them, but at least they were sending them like half on the way with where they needed to go. And we're seeing another town center in the corner here for red as well. Starting to spread out. We're going to see 16, 19 long swords. They're going to come forward, but my question is, where's the damage? There's a bit of damage to be done here. There's some serious damage that can be done here. Knights can't really fight these guys. Can we just start with the market? Can we just do the market first? That would be nice. And the armor would be nice. Take the market until the armor comes in. That would make me happy. Open a 4-tile gap so you can walk in. Because he clearly wants to walk under these. If you're going to walk under the TCs, at least take a building along the way. Or take the monastery. Taking the monastery could be good as well. Because at least in the immediate term, that'll help the fights that you're trying to take. Or this one. Split up. Lazarus is going to have some trouble trying to defend this. And he's going to get a conversion. But there's... Oh, it's like... It's walled, is it? Vils are dying here. Maybe Finchy's right. Finchy might have this. And say that... in saying that Red's still got the game. Monk will drop. Knight's got no chance. There's... Oh, quick wall. Quick wall blocks the longswords from getting in. Plus 4 armor now, which is incredible, right? 5 melee armor, 5 pierce armor. So hard to start. Oh, there's still a hole here. I mean, it was a good quick wall initially, but now it's just in on that side. And oh boy, and this is not good, and this is why I did say I wanted a town center here. And I feel like my call was a good one. And I'm kind of happy about that. Because now Lazarus has to go back inside the base. Oh, this is done now. No, red does win. There's Vils dying everywhere. Vils are dying everywhere. Down to 32 Vils. It's an absolute massacre. The Roman longswords cannot be stopped. There'll be some conversions, but there's just going to be death everywhere. They don't care about the TCs. They're just going to kill everything in their way. The walls weren't down properly, and it is done. 36 longswords. And the KD 37 eco kills to 0. I would say FC Boom with no army is a tough strategy to pull off when your opponent has started with man-at-arms and then followed it up with longswords with 5 pierce armor. Well played from Corlock. He executed a strategy. He did it very well, I think. I don't think there was much idle time in Dark Age. And if you can execute the hardest part often is the Dark Age and getting the timing right. I said before on this map, it can be hard because maybe it's not fast enough. And I think we saw part of that where maybe it's as you go up the levels that this speed might not be quick enough if you're going to go down this path. But he did the first part right. He got some Vil kills. He blocked with the scout nicely. And eventually that was enough damage. Like Lazarus tried to get back into it without making any army. And it wasn't good enough. So, well done to Corlock there. Look at the army numbers. You can see, like, never having more than 5 army. Your opponent's so high and is making more, and you're trying to boom with, like, 4 TCs running. It's not ideal.